Whatsoever I feared has come to life. Whatsoever I thought of became my life. Just when every day seemed to greet me with a smile, sunspots have faded, now I'm doing time. 'Cause I fell on black days, I fell on black days.
Everybody,
What's going on?
well, welcome to Grown Man Record Night, where we up here doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Friday night. This is the place you're gonna be. We weren't able to come to you last week. I had to do that old on-call baloney that happens from time to time, and it's all right.
I don't think I was going to be able to make it either.
Yeah.
I had an engagement on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, and I
had a gig Saturday.
Oh, that's right. How'd that go?
I got on the news.
Oh, that's right.
They came out and said, and Steve Jones from our own Steve Jones from Leadneck and his band Leadneck. That's what our own Steve Jones and his band Leadneck. So I guess they own the band as well.
Yeah. Oh, they do probably more than you think they do. That's my funny news thing that happened.
But I was
our very own.
But I'll say
Walter Cronkite.
I was very, very pleased that they covered it. It's an event that was raising money for a local place that's trying to help people get their kids into rehab who can't afford it, you know, because rehab's expensive.
Opioid thing. Part of the opioid initiative.
And the best thing about it is there was a booth set up, and it was
Bill booth.
Jesus Saves and, you know, Get Off Drugs. And he had this sign behind him on the wall. And even my kids pointed out and laughed and said, "Satan sucks."
I saw that.
I loved it. It's great.
Because he does.
Satan does suck.
Hey, man.
You ever seen your pretty life is going to hell?
Nuh-uh.
Oh.
I mean, we'd be remiss if we didn't start the show off with the tragic news coming out of the music industry yesterday. Chris Cornell passing away at, what, 52, 53?
52.
52.
I'm 53.
Pretty crazy. I didn't see that one coming, and shit, man. What a great musician. Fantastic. I hate how everybody keeps throwing the grunge word around because,
well, you know,
they're from Seattle, but
they're part of it. They were the heavy part of it.
Well, they would have told you back then. It's like we're like a '70s hard rock band, and they totally were.
And they were, but it's always going to be remembered as grunge.
Yeah, me and Jay were talking off cam earlier, and
but think about 4th of July
Tad,
being like
Mudhoney. That's grunge.
But
like,
this is like
Pearl Jam
early
is?
doom metal.
Kind of.
Some
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean it's they had their own different thing going. They did not sound like Nirvana or Pearl Jam or some of the other bands, but I think that the further we get away from the 90s, we had talked about this earlier, because other people were like, oh, what about Stone Temple Pilots? They're grunge. And Blind Melon, it was like, I think you're confusing grunge with 90s alternative. I mean, because you could throw, you know, Cracker and, I don't know, all that other shit in there, Better Than Ezra. That's just 90s alternative. They're not grunge at all.
The Melvins or the
Melvin's kind of grandfathers of grunge, is what people say. But I mean, that's really then Tad. To me, grunge is Tad. Heavy and thick, but still very melodic. A little screamy, but not screamy. You know what I mean? Boars. But it's funny when something like this happens.
I want to ask you about a Clutch album I saw today.
Yeah.
Bases Loaded. It brought a bunch of bass players in.
No, that's Melvin's.
Oh, Melvin.
I have that.
Okay, you have it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay.
We play it on the show.
I saw it today.
So anyhow, we had to, we played a little Soundgarden. We'll get to some of that when we played, and played some other tracks, kind of pointed that direction. Some of them being kind of asshole-ish about it. But it was some sad freaking news, man.
A lot of people.
It was sad, man. Big part of folks like, especially me and Jay's age, that was like that would have been one of our high school bands, and so I mean, it struck a lot of people pretty tough on that. So and rightly so.
I think vocalist-wise, he's like the Robert Plant of his generation in terms of vocals.
Terrific range. I've never been a super.
I don't know if I'd call it operatic, like Ronnie James Dio has that same kind of style where it's almost like an operatic style of voice.
I mean, I'll be honest, as a guitar player, I was much more in tune with what Kim Tahill was doing rather than what Chris Cornell was doing.
And I'm the opposite, and I'm paying attention to the singer.
So I love Soundgarden, but mostly for Tahill and what he was doing. Very unique tunings and weird shit.
Has he said anything?
I've not seen anything from him. I wonder what that's going to be like.
I will say the most interesting thing I saw was from Perry Farrell.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
I just found it interesting.
Yeah.
You did see something interesting.
What was
His
it?
buddy Horner.
Here's what it was. He tweeted, "A shining voice in music has left us in the midnight. He was a complex and gentle soul. Hashtag Chris Cornell has flown into the black hole sun."
Yeah, and he was fun and very Perry Farrell about it until he got to the black hole sun comment.
That's very Perry Farrell about it, don't you think?
But a lot of people were, I mean, even Kim Kardashian, I'm just making this up, but, could say like, right. He's going on and...
They know a song.
Into the black hole sun. Rest in peace.
He will forever be the spoon man.
Yeah. That shit gets on my nerves, but whatever. I hate everybody, so whatever. But I don't want to dwell on this bad news for too long.
No.
Because I got a little bit of perhaps positive news coming up in the future here, and this is nothing I've shared with the rest of the Grown Man Record Night family.
Oh, really? You popping this on me now?
I received a text message a couple of days ago.
You're being evicted.
Yes. No. A few weeks, there is a potential for an envelope sighting on Grown Man Record Night.
Oh, really?
So we're thinking Carl the Envelope is going to be returning.
Carl the Envelope, he's an envelope. Carl the Envelope, ENVELOPE.
So Carl may be returning here in a few weeks. So set your dials. You guys still have dials? Does anybody have dials? Soap. I don't think I have dials. Soap.
Man, that's good news.
That's good news. In the wake of this tragic music news.
Well, we take the good with the bad.
Yeah, and we're always the purveyors of death here on the show anyway.
Sweet.
It is Sweet. You're right. Jay said Sweet.
Carl in.
We're pulling all stops.
What do you guys think about this?
You saw Cameraman fairly recently, didn't you?
Yeah, he came up here on work during the week.
On a work week.
Oh my God! I was on call, so we couldn't even drink any cold beers. But he said I don't want to get in trouble or nothing. But he gets an allotment for a breakfast stipend, breakfast, a lunch,
a breakfast stipend,
a lunch and a dinner. We call it supper.
Depends on what time you eat.
20,
6,
25, and 50 for the supper.
What?
Are you kidding me?
So, and he, technically up here he was out of town. So he's like, oh, you want to go get something to eat? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm on call and I ain't really feeling it, whatever. I'd have to drive the car up there. And he's like, no, man, I don't think you understand. I get this money for food. So he goes up to East Coast Wings, one of our local wing joints here, and comes back with $50 worth of hot wings and chips and onion petals and shit like that. And we sat here watching the Cubs game, just dogging out these wings in the middle of the week. It was great.
Sweeping the Reds? Is that when the Reds were playing?
No, this was last week. They were playing the Rockies, and they were whipping out, so it was cool. Anyhow, it was cool to see him. What do you guys think about this? And what do you guys think about this?
What you guys think about it?
So the inventors of the MP3 are saying that the format is truly dead now. That they're no longer going to license programs for certain MP3 related products.
I like using it for certain things.
It's been terminated. Like the project's been terminated.
Well,
They'll still be out
as long
there.
as you have the whatever,
They're just no longer going to
the
support
lame,
or
the lame whatever.
lame and blade.
Yeah,
But the guy that's
the
these
DLL.
are the people that actually came up with the format back in the 90s, and they're now saying they said the AAC format or advanced audio coding, if you will. Will you? That the same group also helped to create.
That's
Is
that's MP4.
the de facto standard for music download and videos on mobile phones. He said AAC is more efficient than MP3 and offers a lot more functionality. Why is that alarm going off? Jay's got this
What
alarm.
does that mean,
It
Jay?
always goes off during the show. I remember
What
this.
does that mean? We're supposed to do something?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a
It's like a
midnight.
default thing on my watch. That's never changed.
I like it.
Do you like the DDP format? Have
Let's,
you had the DDP format?
We should drink to Chris Cornell.
Let's drink to Chris Cornell while we're thinking about it.
Since I've already poured these, and
Yeah.
hopefully everybody has something to drink.
Hey, I saw something while
If you're at work, just go and get you some water from the fountain and put it in a cup. Or something.
What's your favorite water fountain? I'm a big.
House and Taylor guy myself.
I'm an Oasis guy. Now, Oasis water fountains are the ones
I don't
that
know
you,
the difference.
Okay, all right.
Get you a little piece of lime.
Oasis has the
I'm
little
gonna cut
plastic
these.
twist knob, and on the front it's got a little palm tree.
I will say I'm pleasantly surprised. These are very juicy limes. So
Okay.
you're in for a treat.
I like that.
Family owned an Oasis, by the way.
Jay, would you like a shot of tequila? This is
Oops.
for-
Is that enough salt?
That's,
Did I tell you-
good Lord.
That's plenty.
That's like
All
a
right.
salt mine right there.
Did you ever know when we were kids? You know, my dad owned the church.
Yeah.
That we had a water fountain at the church that so my family technically owned a water fountain.
Oh wow. I've really been eat up with water fountains my whole life. I know a lot about water fountains. We could do a whole separate show on nothing but water fountains.
Did you ever find the water down in South Carolina where your relatives live to be really good?
I don't recall.
Because you know that's where Blinham's has that.
Yeah.
They tap the water there is apparently really it's really good.
I grew up on top of a natural spring.
But we won't talk about
So-
sodas right now.
No. I grew up on top of a natural spring, so my baby bottle had spring water.
You're a natural spring.
Urination. So check this out. Earlier this week, I don't know if you guys have checked this out, but the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper's going to come out here May something or other. Now this shit's going to have. Hang on, I got a picture. I downloaded a picture for this. I got a picture. The JPEG format. That's a shot of him in the studio getting right there. But that's this new shit that's coming out. It's going to be available May 26th. New mixes in stereo, 5.1 surround and high resolution audio, expanded with previously unreleased recordings, video features, and special packaging. Looked like a pretty intense package. I saw a picture of the package.
I bet you did.
So by part of this,
I'll admit I'm a sucker for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know some people don't like it, whatever, but I am a sucker for things like that.
I'm more of a sucker for that than I am just like, oh, brand new reissue, 180 gram vinyl. Oh, also it's $40.
Did you buy the Beatles box set in the 90s? The one like the mid 90s?
Oh, the one?
No,
one that
the
you
only
want?
thing I bought in the 90s was when ABC had that documentary about the Beatles called, sorry, I've forgotten the name of it. But I have volume
Yeah, one
2.
around the mid 90s came out like
And
Christmas,
and
around
Beatles
Christmas.
Anthology. It was
Beatles
like-
Anthology, yeah.
I bought volume 2 on vinyl. I wish I had all 3, but I don't.
So anyhow, this recording has surfaced, and I guess it'll be part of this reissue that's coming out. It's the first time that they attempted Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds in the studio. They hear him little chip, chip, chip chat before, and then they kind of, oh yeah, you coming in on the fall, and I thought, and then they break into it,
Right.
play a very crude but very good version of the song, first time through,
Is it not on my Anthology album? It might be.
the very
They say
first
it's
time
not been
through.
released.
Yeah.
Because there's some weird.
I was going to
tracks
play
on
it
there.
after the show, but the only thing I could find was a Vimeo thing, and I can't find a way to rip Vimeo files. I'm sure there's a way. I just don't on the fly, and I couldn't do that. So, in lieu of that, for our last news story of the night,
Lou Bodie of that.
is what I'll actually play
Lou Graham.
as a special bonus for the people that watch us live, because we're going to play this after the show, after I hit stop recording, because if I include it with our regular recording, it'll probably get us popped. So this is going to be a bonus for the folks watching us live on
how do people see
Ustream.
our performance? Although all you're going to see is a screen. We didn't take the camera.
I didn't take the camera. That ain't what it's about, Steve.
I know, but how do they see? Will people get to see that?
Yeah, that'll be part of the show. It'll be
Okay.
the first part of the show.
Okay.
They'll
Won't
see
get
it.
popped.
No. I don't think so. It should be covered under
I
parody.
did post a couple of songs. I think I posted from the show last week. I finally got my Tascam up on a light stand.
Yeah.
And I was able to get it up really in a decent place, and it was a pretty good recording of I Can't Quit You Baby, and I think I might have posted When the Levee Breaks. I'm not sure. Those are two new ones that we put on our set list recently.
Oh, hey, wait, Chris Cornell's phone's ringing. So anyhow, there will be a bonus tonight for the people that watch us live, and it has to do with our last news story.
Oh.
You like art, Steve?
I do like art.
I like art. You like art, Jay? Jay didn't like art.
I'll probably look at some art in the end of June. We're going to D.C.
I like art.
A lot of art up there.
One of my favorite artists, and is very popular and
Artist.
famous, Banksy. You know about Banksy?
I know some. I've heard about that.
New York artist, done a lot of street art, very famous.
Okay.
Incognito, anonymous, refuses to be seen.
Okay.
But a lot of, actually, if you do a new tab on my page,
Graffiti artist?
that's Banksy right there. That's one of his
Okay.
art. That's his signature. And
Throwing a Molotov rose
yeah, it's the protester with the flowers.
bouquet of flowers.
So you want does the courtesy, the currency?
I don't know, maybe. So anyhow, Banksy's a very famous artist, very weird and recluse and all that jazz. So for he's apparently opened a hotel in Bethlehem, of all places.
On the left, Banksy?
And it's a thing called, and you guys can look this up. It's called Banksy's Walled Off Hotel. It's an art installation where you can actually book a room or have a cocktail at the bar that have floating angels and gas masks. Look at this shit. There's
Whoa.
I may have been showing this before instead of the Beatles picture. Who knows it?
No, I saw the Beatles picture.
Okay, good. But yeah, look at this crazy room, man. It's a weirdo, crazy hotel. And if you notice in the center of the frame here, what Banksy's got going on is one of those player pianos. You know.
Oh, yeah,
I always
yeah.
thought those are cool, right?
Well, you know, I've been watching Westworld, and I think I played it on the show, or played it after the show. The Westworld soundtrack that I got, it's got like a lot of really cool, like Radiohead songs and Rolling Stone songs, but played on a player piano kind of sound. It's really kind
That sound is very creepy and kind
Right.
of weird. But so to that point, Trent Reznor and Atticus Rose, I couldn't remember this other guy's name.
Atticus.
They're both from Nine Inch Nails.
Wow.
They wrote a little song called Green Lines, and it's an original piece that he's going to be playing on this player piano.
Oh, at the museum.
Hotel. This hotel he bought.
Oh, it's not a hotel, it's a museum. It's a hotel.
It's a hotel
Okay.
and a bar, like so you can go have a drink.
So
But
it's a museum hotel.
it's an art installation
An
that
art
you could stay at. kind of
hotel.
thing. Yeah, in Bethlehem. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So it's got this little plinky little number, and it's funny because the way, if you listen to the bass notes on the piano, at some point it does a certain little progression, and you're like, that's Trent Reznor all day long. You know it's him. But anyhow, so after the show, for our live folks, unfortunately I won't be able to put this on the YouTube video, but
Are we singing another number?
no, sure we'll do another number. But before that, that we'll play this composition they've written for the player piano.
Oh,
It's very charming piece.
very charming piece. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I like
Deep
it.
tease.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I thought it was neat. I thought it'd be something kind of cool to share with
Okay.
our folks, our friends on the internet. You guys you got internet?
I had it.
You paid for it?
No.
500 hours free. I get you a disc. Cheap. You ever see those at Goodwill?
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Nobody. I went into a Goodwill section today of CDs, right? And it's one of those like magazine shelves, you know, those big metal magazine racks. And so it had the CD shoved. You got that. 4 rows of this, 4 rows, 4. I mean, like, all right, 64 CDs. Every single goddamn one of them turned backwards. Facing the wall in stacks, very neatly organized stacks, but every single CD
You gotta take
pointed toward the other way. And I stared at the people that worked in the store as I'm like taking every stack and flipping it around. As in like, why am I doing your job for you? And I went through the whole thing and reorganized it because like, screw that,
Find
man.
anything?
No. It was all garbage. But I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Who did this? And why is their ass not just kicked? You know what I mean? What?
Kick it.
Kick it. What? Yeah, let's talk about what we played.
Let's do that. Let's move forward.
Fard. We played some record albums earlier. Hey, Jay, would you switch this album?
Is it done?
No, it's not done.
It's not done?
I don't
You
think-
sure that album's not done,
I
Jay?
don't think it's done.
No, it's not done.
I think you're making it up.
Tell you what, I played both of them.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, no.
Mash up.
Mishmash.
Mish-mash up.
Have you heard that Ozzy and Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Ozzy and Earth Wind. No, I haven't.
Have you heard that, Jay? It's Crazy Train and September
Oh, nice.
mixed together.
Is it good?
Sounds pretty dead on.
It's really good. We'll play it after.
You know,
the
I've
show.
got a Was Not Was album that has Ozzy singing a song on it. That's pretty weird
Who
for
does?
Ozzy. Don
no,
what?
I'm thinking of another song.
Great 80s.
Who did I ran so
Oh,
far
that's
away.
I Ran.
Flock of Seagulls.
Flock of Seagulls.
Okay. That came on the radio the other day, and that made me think of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and then then I couldn't think of who did it, and it was driving me crazy. I don't like to look stuff up, Jay, because you know back in the day,
They played live in right in South Carolina, right across the border from Savannah, at this place that fucking you go out on this boat so you can gamble. One of those stupid ass places. You get a riverboat.
Riverboat gambling.
It's a lousy. I mean, there's nothing around. It's like in the middle of a swamp, basically.
yeah,
This bar.
butt bar.
Flock of Seagulls played there. I think they got all their gear stolen.
Did you hear the Flock of Seagulls story that Colorado had?
No, oh, I did.
Hey
I
Jay,
did.
throw me my hat.
Steve needs him a ball cap.
I gotta put the hat on. I hate this hat, but I think I gotta do something weird because the Reds are like on a bad streak right now. So I'll put on a bad hat. Maybe that'll turn it around.
I started the
I know
show
that
off.
my life
Sorry.
actually has an influence on their play.
Of course. Slump Buster. Started this off. I wanted to get it right, so I did our little intro that we do at the very beginning of the show at 8:30. That we start here every Friday night.
Never been here for that, I don't think.
So I went for the intro, right into bam, 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 bam. This is actually a lot funkier. The side I played of side one. Got this. It was Dig of the Week from a couple weeks ago.
Survivor.
Is that the theme song on it?
It's got that, but it's got those funky tracks.
You know that's the dude from Ides of March. I'm your vehicle, baby. He also wrote like all the hits.
Frank Stallone?
He wrote all the hits
from Survivor.
for 30th special.
Really?
Yeah. 30th specials, all their number ones.
It has the song, if you remember when Rocky's training and the bullshit training,
Yeah.
Mickey's all mad at him because there's bubbles. And,
Yeah.
And then they cut to Clubber Lang. That song.
What do they call that when they play a song and they take you through about a year's time?
Oh, montage?
A montage,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, the 80s were the kings of the montage. But it's got that track on it, which is, and that one and a couple other ones, very funky. And it actually has a reprise of a Cool in the Gang song I've been trying to find forever. I know what album it's on.
What is it?
It's the one that's in the first Rocky. The one that gets really high.
That's Cool in the Gang?
I think.
I don't know.
It's an instrumental album they do. It's called Summertime something.
Okay.
Blues.
And I've been looking for it. The only time I ever found it, it was like a $15 record. And I'm like, for a fucking Cool in the Gang record?
Hey, some of their shit's...
No, that's great, but I'm not paying $15 for
Their early
that.
stuff's really, really good.
Yeah. Summer Madness is the name of the track.
Yeah, some of that
This
really
one.
early Cool
Listen
in the
to
Gang
this.
stuff is really sought after, by the way.
Let's,
I guess you know that, knowing the price.
you know the song?
Nope. Okay. Is that from the movie?
This. And it goes really high. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. What's it called?
Summer Madness. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I don't want to get popped.
Don't get popped.
But it's got a different little version. It's got a little sample from that on that Rocky 3 album. God damn it, it took me this long to get through the first album we played. Bought this Ramsey Lewis, the best of Ramsey Lewis. It was a dig of the week from a couple of weeks ago. I played side one of this. This sucks.
Does it?
I don't like this record.
Let me see what's it got on. It's got
Some good stuff.
that's the Ramsey. It's got trio stuff plus
It's got the In Crowd, a version of the In Crowd.
a version.
Don't
Okay.
like it. That was the best thing on there, and it was nowhere near like
Hang
the
on,
original.
Sloopy, which is
That was okay. It had a couple of tracks. I mean, it had a
so
couple.
it's got the
of
early
tracks.
stuff plus a couple of mids.
But it's not.
you don't like it?
Not really.
I'll take it home, man.
I mean, it was.
You only paid 50 cents for it.
I know. And it was. That's why I got it. I mean, I would have paid $1 for a Ramsey Lewis.
Ask for your money back.
But it had versions
would've
of songs,
paid-
and I'm just like,
You would
this
have paid twice as much.
this is sleepy, man. This is
What,
just like.
what
I
else
don't
did you
know.
play?
Hey, dig of the week
'Cause
from a
I
couple
wasn't
weeks
here.
ago. Meet the Beatles.
Educate me.
Or the first U.S. Beatles record, really.
It
I guess.
really, yeah.
And you know what? I always be like, oh man, I love it when they start doing drugs more. Yeah, I don't like the all hold your hand stuff. Played side A of this. I'm sorry, man. It's a pretty damn jamming record. I mean, it's
A
not
lot of covers.
that. I want to hold your hand. I saw her standing there. This won't be. There was a couple of sleepy
This
tracks,
boy.
but good stuff, man. Clean,
Did
sharp.
somebody write that, or did it come like that?
It came like that. Oh no.
No, someone
Somebody
wrote that.
write that I got.
Someone wrote
Yeah.
who was the lead singer.
Yeah.
Paul, John, Paul. Then George, Paul, Ringo, John.
Interesting crypto.
Show that. That's pretty cool.
I love shit like that. I was talking about this earlier. You know, I hate it when somebody defiles like a record by putting something stupid on there or drawing like a dick on
That's
something.
not stupid.
But on a stupid record that's not worth a lot of money. Okay, for instance,
It's been Brenda Lee that did that.
if it was a mountain record, say I've got Mountain's Nantucket Sleigh Ride, right?
And you do.
And on the back side, somebody on the picture had drawn a dick on it. That would be funny. You know, if it was a Beatles Butcher record and somebody had drew a dick on across their nose or something, I would be really pissed off.
Well, but back in...
But if it's a record that's worth just a couple of bucks anyway, I think that's funny. Same way I love picking up video games, and you crack open the case or whatever, and there's a folded piece of notebook in there with like cheat codes on it written down from them.
I will say
that's
the
awesome,
thing about
man.
the Butcher cover though, even
Get into it, Pat.
Even back then,
Yeah.
if you had a Butcher cover, you knew you had something special.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not the day it came out, but
I was
the
waiting for a
moment they
pass
realized, hey, this is a pretty bad idea.
You guys like Mad Lib? You know shit about Mad Lib? You should. This is Mad Lib Shades of Blue. Mad Lib invades Blue Note, which is freaking incredible, man.
This is from Leach.
Yeah, this was the VCLT from the Bossman, 2009. It actually released on Blue Note, to where he kind of remixes down a lot of some Blue Note artists on here.
Really?
And it's
That's pretty killer.
so cool. And actually, I texted our buddy Teresh because at the end of one of them,
his uncle plays.
Well, he goes into this one long, it's like a little vocal sample.
Doesn't he have
and he said something about Bud Powell on the little vocal sample. That's his wife's family.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, man, you listen to records. You ever heard of Bud Powell? I'm like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, it's my wife's family, and da-da-da. And so I texted him earlier. I'm like, dude, they just had a Bud Powell sample.
Great guy.
Yeah, good guy.
I've worked with him on a number of projects, even including my band Envision. My band.
Your band. You're so well spoken. I decided I wanted a little bit of stoner rock right up my buddy Hoyle.
Okay.
I cleaned my butthole out earlier specifically for the fact that I wanted some stoner rock shoved right up in there.
Okay.
That was the whole purpose for illegal purposes.
Did you use like a forced water or?
Hey, me and a gentleman were doing a live shot the other day, and Randy Height drove down the road with his wife, honked horn at us.
Honked a horn?
Volvo.
I know better than that.
No, not in the middle of a shot.
I was about to say.
We were like getting ready.
Did your friend turn around and cuss him out?
I was leaned up on the truck, like kind of just, and I'm like, oh, that's another asshole. I'm like, oh, that's
no,
Randy
wait,
Height.
that's Randy Height,
Yeah,
the guy who
pretty
hired me.
Not me. You
Me.
didn't hire me.
It's good.
Caius, Blues for the Red Sun, Jay's favorite Caius album, my tied for first, if not second Caius album, and the best back cover of any record that's ever been pressed ever, to me. Love that back cover so much. What do you guys think about it? You guys like this record? You like this suit? What does this suit go with?
I don't have any kind. I have that.
Man.
Only thing I have is close to it is that Desert Sessions record.
Oh, I'd love to have that. Do you have any Queens on vinyl?
No.
Did you borrow my Queens, Jay? Did you borrow my Queens?
No.
I can't find my first Queens LP.
The one with the short, the one with
The woman with
the bush.
the woman with.
Out.
I didn't say all that.
She did.
Yeah, she
She needs to trim it.
It's down toward her genitals. I
Or
don't
wear
know.
bigger shorts.
I don't know. Bush shorts.
Bush shorts.
Let's get into it. We'll manufacture. I know a guy.
Don't shave it. We got bush shorts.
How many Chinamen do you know that can open a factory right now? I know several. You guys know Chinamen? This guy over here knows Chinamen. So many that, it'd make your head spin. It's sad.
I'm about to go get another beer in a minute.
It's sad.
I'm about to get another beer in a minute. You need another beer. Let's get out. Uh-oh.
There it is. There it is.
Can we see replay on that slow-mo? No.
You just got Braun Strowman.
Or Pierce Brosnan.
That's all she had beer.
Hey,
Rain
I think
Grenade.
we're on the fourth record of what you played tonight. No, I don't want that.
Rain Grenade. That's a Navy SEALs reference. You guys ever hear Rain Grenade?
Yeah.
It's a Navy SEALs reference. Like the movie Navy SEALs, not the tough guys that...
Never said it.
Come
Charlie
on.
Sheen in that?
Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, he is. Is he?
I
Yeah, he
don't
is.
know.
Yeah, he is. Midnight Star,
Tom.
because I love this band, and I would take all these gentlemen out to dinner. Because it's got Modest Touch, one of my favorite songs.
I don't think I like this band.
Oh, they're terrific.
I got a
See?
confession to make. I don't think I like Midnight Star.
They're terrific.
They have, when you look at like bands like that, and you're like Gap Band or whatever, Zap, and you got this like weight of this.
Oh no, they're way past Zap
I
into
think
the cheese factor.
theirs goes a little heavy on the side of like.
They're way into cheese. They run the cheese fountain at Taco Bell. I mean, they're the kings of cheese. That's why I love them. They don't just, it's not funk really. Oh, it even went past disco. That's into this like, electro. What is this? But they do that. What is this? Better than anybody. And the fact that Modest Touch was also remixed by Boards of Canada,
There you go.
that may have a lot to do with
That's
it.
a lot.
But,
That's a lot to do with it.
What that did was made me buy and listen to the record. And when I did,
Okay.
I was just like, all right.
But
like,
without that, you would never do it.
This is corny, but I'm fucking moving. When I put it on, I want to dance, son.
So
I mean, you know what I mean? So they kind of forced me to get into that, and I appreciate the shit out of them for it.
Okay.
This is right when Steve came in. You know, I was looking for, you know, the Chris Cornell thing.
I did not play this.
If you not heard the story was they were playing, I don't know what song it was.
It was called Slaves and Bulldozers.
Slaves and Bulldozers.
It was during the encore.
It was like an
in
encore.
Detroit. The last song they played, in fact.
And he came in the middle of that, threw in a few lines from the song.
It was a little refrain from "In My Time of Dying."
And I was like, in my time of dying, I was like, Jay, what? I was like, what?
The Boys of Zeppelin.
I was like, what album's that?
Or maybe
on?
not. They stole the song. They didn't write it.
But I was like, what song's that in? And Jay said, it's In Through the Outdoor, right?
No.
Physical Graffiti, not In Through the Outdoor. Physical Graffiti. And I was like, oh shit, that's one I don't have. Out of all the Zeppelin I got,
texted me.
That's one I don't have. And I started flipping through, and I was like, Gallows Pole, what's that on? And he's like, 3. And I was like, do I have 3? And he's like, yeah, you got 3. You just went past it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I pulled it out, and I'm like, is that crass? It's crass, but...
A little crass.
I mean, what show are you watching, for Christ's sakes?
He wasn't hanged.
He did it to himself.
Hung himself.
You did it to yourself, you do. And that's why it really hurts. Wah, 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 wah.
That's probably my favorite Radiohead.
That's my favorite music video of all time.
It's good.
Just about Radiohead.
I love Led Zeppelin 3. In fact, I'm eager to get the deluxe reissue of that.
Mine's a shitty copy.
A little shitty, but
it's pretty poppy.
It's good to
It's
have.
got some ninja stuff
Mine's a good copy, except
look at here.
It's really warped off the front. So Immigrant Song jumps off, the needle jumps off the damn vinyl.
Yeah.
So other than that,
mine's not so good, and I didn't have In My Time of Dying, so I played that. And right as I was getting ready to play that, you walked in, and I was like, oh shit, I was going to play, and you were like, well, I brought it. And so the next album.
Yeah, so we played off Physical Graffiti. I think we played the alternate. It's like off the companion audio. It's a rough mix. It doesn't have him going like the little last stupid line he sings about cough or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah.
Cough. They don't do that. But yeah, that's from 2015. It's like a triple album deluxe reissue.
Some beefy business right there.
I don't have the original one.
Did you have a reason for this that you wanted to go into
this? Oh
this?
yeah, I wanted to play some of Uncle Bobby. This is called The Young Person's Guide to King Crimson, and it was Robert Fripp's birthday on the 16th.
Oh.
Don't ask me how old he was. I love
What's
this.
Jay doing?
One cool thing about this record is the artwork is really great. I think it's the same guy that did some of their earlier work.
This is a compilation.
I love the back cover. Show the back cover again. That's a really cool planet.
It looks like the Journey to the Center of the Moon. Malaise film.
Oh,
George Malaise.
Journey to the Moon.
Journey to the Moon. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, a little bit.
So what's the deal with that? That's a compilation.
It's a compilation. It came out in the 80s, I think.
80s,
I think. It's really good. Their early stuff.
It sounds good.
It's a lot of stuff before Adrian Belew.
Right.
So it's like the trio and then the prior stuff.
Earlier in the week, we found Adrian Belew's phone number.
We found a lot of phone numbers.
Address, email addresses, and we contemplated calling Adrian Belew on the show tonight.
I'll call him right now.
Jay says he'll call him right now.
Let's do it.
Should we call him?
I would like to apologize to Adrian for not going to a show in Chapel Hill recently. Or no, it was in Carborough.
You want to tell him right now?
No.
Let's do it.
You want to do the number?
He don't want me. I don't want to talk to him.
Okay, let's not.
I don't want to ruin anything.
Let's not bother. He's a nice gentleman. It's late. He's an older gentleman.
He's probably in California, though. It's
You're in California, Jay?
only 9:28.
You're only 928.
I've messaged him on Facebook and he messaged me back, so I don't want to ruin that.
Whoa, Steve.
There we
you got a
go.
story to tell?
All right.
No, when we went to Cincinnati a while back, I know he's from Covington, which is across the river in Kentucky. And I had heard, rumor was that there was a statue somewhere in Covington. I wanted to see that statue. So I texted him on Facebook and sent him a message, not texted him. But I was like, hey, I'm headed to Cincinnati and we're gonna spend the night, because it's really, the way to do is you go to the hotels in Covington, you walk across the bridge and go to the Reds games because the stadium's right there on the river. Then you walk back and you go back to your hotel. But I wanted to go see the Adrian Belew statue, and so I had messaged him saying, "Hey, where's the statue I hear so much about? I want to go see it." And he said, "There's no statue yet." I said, "Well, we can only hope." So I
hope you build it, bro.
I may have to start that campaign to get a statue of Adrian Belew in Covington, Kentucky, right next to the liquor store.
Or we could call him.
Or we could call him. You have his number in Nashville, right?
Captain counter comment. Or we could call him. No, we won't do that. He's an older gentleman. We could ask him guitar questions, though. Dude, how do you
You're a Parker guy.
Do you ever augment your ninths, bro? What? What?
Oh, you know he does.
He augments it, bro. They're so diminished. They fall off your page. Shit. I said, hey, Steve, play some bonkers jazz. Some bonkers jazz.
You said play some Coltrane. I said, well, what about Ornette Coleman?
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about this record? It's called Change of the Century.
That's the second Ornette Coleman
Atlantic
record.
pressing.
Not only played this once on the show, I think.
I can't pull it out.
It's a little poppy at times, but
there's some damage to this
a
cover.
little water damage, it looks like.
How often have you seen this record, ladies and gentlemen? It's got Bill Cosby on the front.
Inappropriate. That's Pat Summerall.
Look at those eyes.
I need another beer.
I've never seen this record except for when I purchased this, and I paid a few dollars for it, but apparently it would have been way more dollars than what I would have paid for it. This was $10 and it had a little damage to it, so it would have been. You can imagine without that it would have been, pretty pricey. I don't know what pressing. I'm not schooled up on that. Steve's going home. He left the program. I'm gonna play Animals covers for the rest of the show. You guys like off-key, off-time rock and roll music, right? I mean, that's why you're here, after all. That's probably what drove you to this YouTube and Ustream moment, is your affliction for off-key and off-time music. I would say. Of course, we had to play the only Cornell we had in the lot of us, actually, for the show tonight. Steve had this Super Unknown pressing that came. When is this? 2013 or?
I don't know.
It was a reissue a few years ago, which I should have bought.
Did you see it?
I'd seen it in the past several times.
Why would you press that?
I don't know. It was one of those it's always there, it's always there, it's always there.
Only one pay a dollar.
Now it's not there. And of course, Jay, if you would please. It's so important of a record. Had to play this tonight, and what a fantastic record. Very seminal in my.
We did play the side with Just Like Suicide on it.
We did.
Did I do it on purpose? I don't know, maybe.
Well, it was more of a purpose that it didn't have
But it has
Black Days on that side.
It has 4th of July on it, which is amazing.
Which is the song that's tuned to W.
W.
Yeah, it's so low it's tuned to W. And of course we had to play that because it's
Enjoying some Ted's Kickin' Chicken.
That's good stuff.
My band will be playing there in September.
Goes great with tequila.
Mm-hmm.
I say. And then we threw this on just to give us enough time to set up the camera and transition. Steve brought over an Air record.
Yeah.
This shit was some cool shit right here, and what a cool cover.
10,000.
Is this a gatefold? Have you ever popped this? No, it's not a gatefold.
No. Don't pop it.
That's why you kept the shrimp on. Cool cover.
Well, they're better, I think.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
10,000 Hertz Legend.
I don't know. I knew this one as well as I know some of the other ones. That one's great. So I'm interested to maybe see more of this record in the near future.
There you go.
On my radio dial.
That's what we played today.
That's what we played.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
What? That's everything we know about No, now we're going to dig of the week. And I bought some stuff. I was given some stuff and I bought some stuff. Not all of this.
I really didn't do any digging. I went out today and I got a couple things, but I haven't.
Oh my God.
I didn't do that.
It's this.
Oh.
I was going to play that tonight, actually. Oh, no.
Oh, God, Steve.
I didn't do that. I didn't fucking do
I
that.
almost smoked a cigarette.
Jay?
You showed that you did these already.
No, I know.
I
was trying to put them back up.
Oh.
They got entwined in my stack.
God, how do I get involved in this?
Oh, my God. This whole show, I'll tell you what. This whole show is so ending up on YouTube.
Tip top.
So you guys,
Tip top.
you know about all that. Most of my records are bargain bucket shit all day. Actually, all of these are bargain buckets. I ain't got nothing that I like went out and like spent like some serious shit on. They were either gifted from my mom via the library, like the last dig of the week, or I'd picked up
Has your
for
mom been stealing stuff from your life?
less than $1. These are all less than $1, folks. Less than a freaking buck. So keep that in mind when we're talking about this. This is I don't know. I've passed on this 1,000 times. But my mom had brought them home. It's like, what about these? And I was like, I want this one and that
These
one.
records are on the end.
I want this one and that one. And they're like, oh, shit. And there was a bent fabric record in there.
What's that?
Organ Grinder Swing that I've passed on so many times. Because I've got the bent fabric except the cat on the front. And I'm Alley Cat, it's called. I'm sure this one's fine and cool. And for 50 cents, I could not pass this up, and especially with this cover. Look at this cover. Hold that cover up, Steve. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that cover. And I love organ music anyway. I mean, holy shit. How you gonna pass on that for 50 cents? I know, everybody. Shit, I know. Steve, you had this for a dig of the week a couple of weeks ago, right? Perspectives and percussion.
I think I had it not too long ago.
This is
Somebody plays on that. Farrell, maybe?
Look at the list. I'll give you. Look down there.
Paul Horn, that's what it was.
Paul Horn.
Perspectives and percussion from
It's 61.
Somerset Records.
Somerset Records. It's part of the Sonic Workshop series, so it's one of those high fidelity records that's popular in the 60s.
For those who can hear.
And it's when I looked it up on Discogs, not only did it have easy listening and lounge and jazz, but if you put this designation on any record, I'm probably going to frickin' buy it. Space Age. It fell into the Space Age category.
I'm not mic'd right now.
I'll buy that every damn time.
Talking and I'm not even mic'd.
Oh no.
Talking and I'm not mic'd. Yeah, Paul Horn plays on this. He plays sax and he also plays utility woodwinds. Figure that out.
Utility woodwinds.
Utility woodwinds.
But yeah, anything related to that Space Age. I like that Coop Cooper Facebook page.
Coop Cooper.
Oh.
Milt Holland plays on it. Is that somebody? Maybe that's two names mixed up.
Funny story.
Milt Jackson and Bud Holland or something.
I think that Coop Cooper Space Age Bachelor Pad Music Facebook page is the first time I saw Chris from Dixieland Farm. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
And he getting like a knee replacement or something?
Something like that. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think I've seen this guy on the vinyl community. And when I kind of cross-referenced a couple of things, and then I realized, like, this cat's a couple of counties over from us. What the hell? How random.
He's a couple counties over, cat.
How random is that? And that's
crazy.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
I hit an 80s Mother Grail holy. Wait, some of those words were out of order.
80s
today.
Mother Grail Holy.
Miami Vice soundtrack. And listen to this now. Not only does it have the Miami Vice theme, which is a Jan Hammer piece, of course. Smuggler's Blues, Glenn Fry. On the Night, Shaka Khan. You Belong to the City, Glenn Fry.
You belong
In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. There's a Jan Hammer instrumental. Vice.
Jan Hammer.
It's got Melly Mel on it. Some early hip hop shit.
Okay.
A song called Vice. Tina Turner, Better Be Good to Me. Jan Hammer flashback. Jan Hammer. So it's 3/4 of Jan Hammer album. And man, I'm stoked to get this. I've been really into this whole.
It's in its original shrink wrap.
Yeah, I've been big into this whole retro wave.
Somebody paid $6.99 for that.
This neo synthwave, retro wave music that's coming out. I've been really big into that. Just like the Stranger Things soundtrack. That shit.
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of points me back to some shit like that for real. That's where all that shit really started. This quintessential 80s. The soundtrack to the 80s, you could, substitute Miami Vice for the decade. And that is a soundtrack for the decade, pretty much.
Well, you also
not necessarily.
You also got, like, John Carpenter's films and his music.
Sure. And Back to the Future.
Tangerine Dream. Look at all
Police Academy.
The music that Tangerine Dream did for films in the 80s. To me, that's more the soundtrack that I'm looking for.
No, yeah, but in terms of a decade. Not the life that you lived in the decade, but the way that looking back on a Time Life version of the decade.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Bob Seger, baby.
So,
Silver Bullet.
No. None of that.
Silver Bullet!
None of that. Also picked up several Beach Boys albums this week. 2 of these were from my mom for 50 cents. They're free. All Summer Long, which is the 6th studio album. I think I figured out this is the Scranton pressing of this album.
Scranton.
It's because if you notice, look on the front here. It's a mono pressing. Okay, right here. What's the name of this song right there?
Wendy?
No. Underneath that.
Don't Break Down?
Okay, pull the record out. What's that song called on there?
Jesus, dude, I don't have my glasses on. I don't know. Don't Back Down.
See there? Misprint.
Misprint.
So the misprint...
Folks in Scranton don't know shit.
The misprint indicates that it's the first pressing and that it's perhaps from the Scranton.
That's probably worth $1 million.
Right down the road from Dunder Mifflin.
$1 billion.
I also got another, this may be Scranton. I don't know, I can't remember. I think
Scranton.
I thought this was a compilation. Turns out
Volume 2, it should be.
Yeah, it says Shut Down Volume 2. So I assume...
Shut you down.
Yeah,
that's not even the Beach Boys.
It's their 5th studio album.
Back it up. Well, they're gonna shut you down.
Released, both of those were in '64. That last one we showed and this one. First of 3 studio albums the band released in '64. First not to feature rhythm guitar player David Marks, who departed the band following disagreements with manager Mary Wilson.
There's something interesting about the Beach Boys this week. One of the questions in Rock and Roll Trivia was, what song was it where Paul McCartney had actually been talking with one of the members? It was Mike Love, one of the members of the Beach Boys, and he said, "You ought to do this." What song was it? It has the Beach Boys sound.
Oh.
What Beatles song has the Beach Boys sound? More than any other.
California Girls.
No, that's not a Beatles song. Back in the USSR.
Oh. Oh yeah, okay, all right. That Volume 2, the Volume 2 thing apparently refers to a previously released multi-artist compilation featuring and named after the Beach Boys song Shut Down, issued 8 months earlier by the band's label.
Huh.
So the label released a thing, another case of a label just straight fucking the artist.
So they put out something called Volume 2.
Yeah, just to be kind of assholes about it.
Okay.
That hit number 13 in the U.S. charts and for a stay of 38 weeks.
Pack it up.
For something that I thought was totally a compilation. Yeah, for sure.
You got an original.
And today, both of those are like OG deals.
You paid 50 cents.
Yeah. And so today, I got those two from my mom. Today, in the same town, I picked up the Beach Boys concert. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know about this. But then I looked it up.
And then you looked it up.
This is the first live album that they ever did. It was released also in '64.
Love those outfits.
This is also a '64 record. It's their seventh album.
I was born in.
You gotta go referee basketball.
I was born in '64.
Third record they did in '64. Their first #1 album in the U.S. and the first live album that ever topped the pop music charts in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, maintaining position
Before
for 4
Frampton
weeks.
Comes Alive?
Yeah, really. Becoming another guy. This was, I think, the last time it was in Sacramento, California.
Before Simon and Garfunkel live in Central Park?
Yeah. This is the only live version of the original lineup of the Beach Boys before they changed shit up.
Kiss Alive 2 didn't go #1, did it?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Not #1. But this is the only time you ever see the real original Beach Boys lineup live recorded. Pretty cool. And I picked this up today mostly for the cover, but then I looked at the you may have this. Love the Ventures. You know we love the Ventures here on the show. I've been playing the Ventures since early days of Grown Man Record Night. And this is one called Swamp Rock.
I see a lot of Ventures records.
I do, but this is one that really, I mean, look at that. That kind of stuck out to me. Like the one that's got the hot chick on it. And it's called Swamp Rock. It's got Honky Tonk Woman, Green River, Proud Mary, Carry Me Back, Suspicious Minds, and Muddy Mississippi Line.
Really?
Yeah, look at that.
Interesting.
This is goes for the dope cover of the week, and even the back cover is pretty damn incredible. I think this is '69, maybe.
Creepy.
Yeah, very kind of creepy. Shit, I'm kind of
see
creepy.
that.
That's creepy.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Kind
So
of weird. Looks like the guy from The Simpsons, the voiceover guy, does Spinal Tap.
oh yeah,
Not Frank Azaria.
Hank Azaria,
Not the other guy. He's
Yardling Smith.
yes.
Okay, that's who does Homer.
No, I'm thinking of. What character does he do?
Dork Winchester. You know Dork Winchester?
This cover's
we got
weird.
a request for Get on the Mic, Jay.
Muddy Mississippi Line.
So
Who's somebody?
let's play that. We're gonna play that a little
Who's
later.
a celebrity that you hate?
A celebrity that I hate, Nancy Grace.
I did.
Right. We'll call her.
I picked up.
Jay's gonna call Nancy
I picked
Grace.
up 2
'cause I hate-
records today. I'll run
Okay.
through them quickly. I think you have them both, but I've heard
I do.
them, and I said, you know what? For compilations, I like to have these because they're compilations where you don't. They just someone had weird. I'm glad they picked them because
Yeah.
I don't have any of these. This is the best of Eric Burden and the Animals, Volume 2 on MGM. And Eric is here. Eric Burden and the
Both
Animals.
of these are great.
Let's go.
And they're not like they don't have duplicates going on. Maybe one, but I still haven't found out.
Congratulations.
So yeah, this was a couple of compilations from MGM in the 70s, and one of them's a mono press. I think that last one we
Nice.
saw was a mono
But
pressing.
those are both terrific, man.
Don't do
That's the thing about Eric Burden and the Animals and a lot of the animal shit is you can pretty much cover your collection with a few varied greatest hits releases that you don't really need to pay the heavy prices for the originals. And I hesitate to even say that because that's so against most record collectors' mantra. Fuck the greatest hits. You got to have the real shit.
Well, it'll get you down the road with the Animals. Though.
But with the Animals, there's probably 3 or 4, not even 3 greatest hit variations, and you'll have everything they've done that you ever want to have, really.
Well,
For sure.
What if you had the Beatles red and the blue?
But it's
You're
not
pretty well covered.
for sure. It is for sure, yeah. And I do, and I am, but I do have other ones,
And I do.
and I have. I
There
do,
you
and
go.
I have.
I will.
I will.
I won't.
Where are all these participles coming from? I'm not understanding any of this right now. And is that all we have for Dig of the Week?
That is it.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come
Take a
back with
break.
we'll
I
do
need
a
to
soda
pee.
stick and chip check
I'm
when
gonna
we
pee.
come back. When we come back,
pee in the potty.
when we come back, we'll do something. You guys stay tuned.
Old man bladder.
There's all this peace.
Are these your drugs?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
He's the one with the ton of fun.
He's the ace with the crazy face.
A mile of smiles and a laugh and a half. He's the clown that won't let you down.
I'm focused with Bozo, I'm cuckoo by the clown. I'm radically, emphatically, really focused with Bozo. When he throws the pies, I really go bonkers. For the grand prize, I really go bonkers.
Me and all the guys,
we really go bonkers and talk about outrageous things, those crazy situations. I think of Bozo, I'm hooting for the clown.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm nutty, pretty crazy, but I'm focused with Bozo.
And wisdom so wacky.
It's really
The
bonkers.
professor rocks me.
It's really bonkers.
And cookies. Cookies.
Way bonkers when he goes on a ride and blasts me into orbit.
Bonkers for Bozo.
I'm crazy about the clown, cause gracious is outrageous, but wow!
I'm bonkers for Bose.
7 o'clock weekday mornings on Channel 9.
Hold on, gotta grab a card.
Most people know Revco has cards, but they may not know Revco has so many. For any occasion, you'll find hundreds of forget-me-not cards from American Greetings. And each one is 10% off every day. So when you run into Revco for a card, you may walk out with a whole lot more.
Let's roll.
Save on special cards and gifts for Mother's Day, now at Revco.
Hey, you, listen here. I know you've been going to those burger places for lunch, and that ain't cool. You ain't been to Biscuitville for lunch. So the Big E's gonna have to club you. Nah, take it easy, man. I want you to try Biscuitville Steak Club. It's big, and it's tender, and it's loaded with lettuce, tomato, bacon, cheese, and pickle on a big old fluffy biscuit. And they have chicken and country ham clubs, too. And that's a whole lot better than some old burger. So come to Biscuitville, and everybody get clubbed. Oh.
Mizomba! Good dog! Mizomba! Mizomba! Mezcaliba! Mezcaliba! Mezcaliba!
カニのエキスですっきり味噌味。日清カップヌードル味噌新登場。
イサンパ。
Alright, welcome back to Grown Man Record Night. This is your place to be on a Friday night. Boy, we're having this big old time down here. Just caterwauling and
Carrying on.
Carrying on tonight. It's so heavy putting on my shoulder. We're carrying on so hard. I can't even... Alright, let's...
I'm going to drink this because I don't think it should go to waste.
What are we doing?
Let's do a shot.
We gonna do a shot?
Before we get into it.
Before we get into it?
Yeah.
Alright, Steve says.
I don't want to throw this out.
No, we ain't gonna throw nothing out.
You don't throw nothing out. So
You guys like watching us drink liquor? I'm sure this could be used for the deposition later. When this inevitably goes to trial. Alright.
Juicy lime.
Went down my horker.
Too much lime?
No, it went down my horker.
Too much juice.
Poured it down my horker.
Oh, poured it. Horker.
Oh, I poured it down my horker.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh my God.
Let's do a. You want to do a soda speak or a chip chat?
Oh, we going down so speak, I reckon, on where.
Off the top of this?
Hey, you like that Stamey's
Let's do
bar?
a chip and then do the soda.
You think so?
Let's flip it.
You like that?
Flip the script.
You like that Stamey's barbecue?
I've never eaten Stamey's.
Okay, let me tell you a little trick here.
Because
my mom reminded me of this because I didn't think they still did this because my uncle brought some.
Okay.
You can go in there and get these grit.
Isn't that where the president had some barbecue?
Grit big old bags of pork rinds.
Pork
When I say pork rinds, it ain't like the ones you get in the
No,
convenience store.
they make them there.
They're these huge rinds that you just do this. Go there and ask for a bag of pork rinds. I'm sitting there like it's like $5-6.
A bag of
like
pork rinds is $5.
The bag is like this. The rinds are like this big around. I'm serious, dude. Go do that.
I'm not a big pork rinds guy.
Nope, it doesn't taste like pork rinds. It tastes like
I probably do once every 2 years.
it tastes like pork. It tastes like, dude, go do this.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's a secret. You have to kind of like be like, hey, can I get a bag of pork rinds? Ain't on the menu. I don't think you have to ask them about it.
Okay.
That's a chip chat kind of lead in. Right?
I hear you. Let's do it.
So what chip we gonna do?
Well, I believe Bossman sent these over a while back.
Bossman.
They've been in my desk, and I finally remembered to go get them. This is from Mike Sells. We've done Mike Sells before.
Yeah.
I think when I went to Indiana, I think I might have picked up some Mike Sells out of Kentucky or Indiana or Ohio. I can't remember where. What does it say here? Mike Sells, Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Mike
Mike
Sells snack
Sells.
food. Mike Sells.
Mike Sells.
That's one word. Mike Sells. This is a good and hot chip. Looks like a ruffle chip, a wavy chip. When it comes to all things spicy, D.W. Mike Sell was an expert. He loved the way a dash of heat would pull all the flavor in a good old-fashioned chip without losing the taste of the potato. That's why this Mike Sells potato chip isn't just...
Who sent this to us?
What?
Bossman sent these, right?
Yeah, he went up to Louisville, see Mom, and brought these back.
Is this not him here? This is him here, right?
Is that Mike Sell? Who's that?
Bossman.
What?
That's the Bossman.
Is it?
No.
Are we on camera or driver?
Not yet. Gotta show those off again, Jay. I wasn't on camera.
Show the chip. Show all the flavor on the chip. That's good.
Well, a lot of business going on there. All right, let me
There's a
get
lot
one
going on there.
And just a good and hot. What are they? Spicy goodness with a hint of smoke.
I agree. That's a bang good chip.
Where do you get these?
Louisville.
The chip texture, aside from the flavor,
Good chip.
light, crispy, kind of falls apart in your mouth. Aside from flavor, which is a hot but not overpowering flavor, which I appreciate. Terrific chip.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not something you're going to see in most southern stores, but
No.
if you're in that area of the
Wow, that is
early South to the Midwest, Mike Sells will be something you might want to pick up.
That's terrific, man. I really enjoy these. We're gonna put these near the top of the list.
The early South.
For the top, yeah, is that a thing?
Kentucky? No, that's made that
You
up.
just made that up? I bought into it. I didn't know shit about it. I figured it was right.
The confused South. Some of them thought they were in the North.
That's good though. What a great chip. We'll put it on up there near the top.
Top 10 maybe.
There's-
No,
there's-
I wouldn't say top 5.
There's one other chip I think we've put up there near the top this year already.
We already have.
I don't remember what it was.
Me neither.
I did one though. I remember that. That was a good chip chat. Let's talk about so to speak. Now that we got our mouth burning just a little bit, we need to quench that
Turn
thirst.
it down.
We need to quench that thirst.
Well,
And Steve said he brought something
We
that
have done-
does just that.
we've done a number of Mountain Dew drinks
Yeah,
over
absolutely.
the past few weeks
Sure.
because they came out the black label.
I was going to bring a Pepsi product tonight, but you
Remember the
yeah.
black label tasted like a rocket pop or something?
It had a little berry thing going on with it.
And the green label has apple flavor. That's apple soda.
Yeah.
Now we got a white label. This finishes our triumvirate of the new Mountain Dew flavors.
Okay.
We also did that weird Mountain Do SA.
Yeah.
That was the Rocket Pop. Do SA.
That was a Rocket Pop. Yeah.
I forgot what the black one was. Berry.
Inappropriate.
Berry.
Very good.
No. Barry, the mayor of D.C.
Marion Barry.
Marion Barry.
Crack smoker.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in that hotel.
Did you?
Actually, I stayed in the suite that he got busted in. No shit.
All right, so
freelance job. Swear to God.
This is the white label Mountain Dew, and it says crafted tropical citrus. I might could get down with that.
So you think maybe it's a Sprite with a little something extra going on?
Maybe some pineapple or
a pineapple Sprite. Think of that.
Mango.
Oh. Maybe a mango Sprite. Pineapple or mango Sprite. Imagine that. You folks imagine that. Close your eyes and imagine it. I'll take time out.
That's good. That might be my favorite of the Mountain Dew flavors. Other than Mountain Dew.
I taste all that. Did you make that up or did you read those flavors off?
What?
The mango and
No,
pineapple.
I made that up. But I do taste a little mango and pineapple.
I taste mango.
Yeah.
That's great.
I would recommend you trying the white label.
Pricey?
I'd skip the green and the black.
This is I don't drink sugar sodas. And this has quite a bit of sugar in it, of course.
Yeah.
Doesn't really taste like it, though. Still tastes kind of...
It's pretty sweet.
But it tastes clean and crisp, kind of like a Sprite, where everybody's like, oh, I'm watching my weight. I'll drink a Sprite, even though it's got shit tons of sugar.
Who does that?
I don't know, but you know what I mean. People would always assume that's a lighter version of...
Yeah, because it's clear?
Because it's clear and light and crisp. Where it just has as much sugar. But... You've had some sodas that have the same amount of sugar, and you're like, oh my God, am I drinking pancake syrup? So this hides the sugar well, is kind of what I'm saying. It is sweet, but it kind of hides it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Good stuff. Holy shit, we've hit it out of the park tonight.
I think so.
Good record. A fond farewell for a fantastic musician. A great soda. A burning hot in your mouth chip that's also like really good and tasty. I don't know what else you would want out of a Grown Man Record Night program other than a milking machine.
Maybe a serving suggestion or like what's on the screen tonight.
The Atari Alcove. This is Ninja the Domination over here. That's what we're watching on the VHS.
I did start playing World of Tanks.
Did you?
Yep.
World of Tanks, hit us up, man. Let's squad up, folks. You guys play World of Tanks? Let's squad up. I bought Burnout 3 over here tonight. We played a little bit of that. And then we watched some VHS tapes. Cause, and now it's all snow. It's all snow.
Snowman.
It's, only thing we can tell you is, sorry.
We're still on the air.
Yeah, we're still on the air. No, not that. Don't play that.
Oh,
don't play that. I don't want to play that. Put on the Ventures. As we close this out, this is that the track that Trent Reznor wrote for Banksy's Player Piano.
Okay.
For our folks that are continuing to join us live. For those that don't,
we do appreciate you.
We do appreciate you, and thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. And you guys be sure to keep up with us on our social media and all that jazz. And remember, man, we're all about that life, baby. We're all about that life. So lots of luck to you and yours, and we'll see you next week, hopefully on Good Lord willing, on a brand new Grown Man Record Night.
Good Lord Record Night.